The season is over in major leagues across the world. The MPFL, the Premier League, the German Bundesliga, the French Ligue 1, the Serie A, and also, you talk about the Spanish La Liga, the Celtic Liga. I'm talking about Scotland Liga, definitely. All these leagues are off the season, and definitely just one more game to look forward to when it comes to the Champions League. It's going to be Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal at Budapest. We have so much to look forward to this wonderful morning, as we are going to be looking at the review of the season. We're talking about the MPFL season. Also, we're taking a dive straight into the camp of the Super Eagles. They have a game against Zimbabwe right there at the Unity Cup. They are defending the title. Let's see how far they can go. Definitely, we're talking about the world of tennis and the world of basketball. All this and more on the show this wonderful morning. I am Paul Abetoluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio this wonderful morning. I have Sanuruddin Alimi joining me to talk sports right here on the go. Sanuruddin, before the show, we're talking about the world of tennis, Jim Murphy's retiring, and you telling me he's the husband of the great tennis player when it comes from the WTA. You want to talk to me about that and what should we expect this wonderful morning?
Yes, good morning to Oluwanimi, good morning viewers. It's nice to be back here again. You spoke about Gail Murphys and Svitolina getting, yes, they are married, and that's one of the power couples in tennis. Beautiful. We see it happen oftentimes a lot, and let's see what happens in other relationships that are budding, because in the mix as well, it's very resulting dating a tennis player. A lot of players are dating themselves, and it's just easy because you are spending 6, 7, 8 months on tour.
Yeah, so it's okay to spend it all together.
And around someone that understands the type of profession you are around. Because imagine dating a
media person.
Or
it works for you.
It works for me.
Oh, great. Okay.
Maybe not in the same space, but so for tennis players, you will understand. Yes, someone that understands the nature of your job. Moves around from time to time. You might not get time to share up the screen, so you understand, and it's just easy for them. And they have a kid together. It's just nice. After her triumph at the last Masters, yeah. She went back to her husband and her kid, and they're even training their kid already. So
beautiful.
You expect a buzzing start from the Svitolina and Gail Murphys union very soon. So it's all exciting. And you've spoken about the preview of all the major leagues in the world. We are building up to the Champions League, and the World Cup is less than 20 days.
20 days to go.
So I'm just excited, and we have to preview all what happened for 38 weeks in all major leagues. The MPFL is taking the spotlight today, so it's just nice to be back here, and let's get ready to go.
Okay, let's get ready to go, because the MPFL is definitely taking the spotlight this wonderful morning. All right, let's dive straight into it. We already know that Rangers International are crowned champions, and let's just look at some few things from the camp of Rangers. From Fidelis Ilechukwu, you look at what the man has been able to achieve with the side Rangers International. Remember, he was one of the coach for the Super Eagles. He won the MPFL in 2024, lost a whole lot of players in 2025, rebuilt the team from scratch, won the MPFL again in 2026, while doubling as the Super Eagles assistant coach. 2 titles in 3 years. Let's start off with this one, Fidelis Ilechukwu.
A very brilliant mind. Kudos to him. He's done it time and time again. And for you to get 2 titles in 3 years in the competitive league as that of the MPFL, you have to get your flowers, and deservedly he's getting it. Yes, he's one of the top coaches that are budding in the Nigerian scene, and that translates to him being a part of the technical crew for the Super Eagles, and as well as the Chan Eagles. So it's exciting to see, and we shouldn't expect less from him. He's been around here, he's done it. He's a perennial on the MPFL scene, and for what he's done, he deserves the accolades, and I think he's going to get bigger notes or higher notes next time around.
Right, beautiful. Let's move away from Fidelis Ilechukwu, but I want to ask you, do you think he's still going to manage the side for next season?
Yes, he has to manage the side. For a manager that has 2 leagues in 3 seasons, except Rangers don't want him, and I don't think there are any clubs out there right now that will pay a huge amount of money to get him to their side. I don't know, maybe tomorrow a team wakes up and say that's the man we want to go, but for what is built with that side, I don't think he will be willing to leave those group of players that you kept together. This is a title-winning side that you just want to leave. So to poach him away, I think on the local scene, it's not looking like it. Maybe another club from the African continent or from somewhere from Europe or somewhere sees what he's doing with the side and say, okay, let's snap him up and give him a better deal. So apart from that, on the Nigerian scene, I don't see him leaving because it's not even, it's a no-brainer for me. You have a team that just won the title. Once you defend your title, you have 2 titles in 3 years, and you still have a bulk of the players that did it for you.
Taking them to the CAF Champions League too.
CAF Champions League. So and he has that wealth of experience. He knows in and around the Rangers side. But I can even make him leave the team for 2-3 weeks to say, okay, I have a national assignment I want to go to. So I don't think any job would give him that flexibility right now, 1. And 2, for the wealth of experience and what he's done with that side, it's not something you should think about or any other thing you're looking forward to.
Right now, if you're Fidelis Idechukwu, going into the CAF Champions League, what are you adding to the squad for next season, and also having that bulk of competition to look forward to on your shoulders?
Yes, you need more players, you need quality players. The MPFL, yes, you were able to do 1 or 2 things. They got the second highest points in home matches, but their performances away and results in other events help them to the victory. So definitely they need more players. Their defense is a little bit good, but shaky at times. They need to fix that up, and we need to score more goals. Goals are very important. Goals win you games. Defense wins you titles, yes, but goals are as much as important as your defense. So they need quality players that will be able to penetrate the defense of opponents that they'll be facing in the CAF Champions League. And for the amount of games you have to play, you need proper squad depth as well, because you can't just manage with 11 players. This season, one of the things they benefited from was just 1 game, at most a double game week. You have to play 2 games in a week. So now you have to play teams of higher quality. You need better players and you need squad depth. So, because not just the 11 that starts the game is what is important. What you train with, the materials you have on the training ground, is going to also push the players that have the starting bet already to improve on what they've done before and get better. So definitely the squad needs to do better, and I think he needs to also add knowledge of the game teams to improve his own tactical knowledge as well, to improve the quality of the team.
All right, let's move away from Fidelis Idechukwu. Let's talk about one key player who was an integral part of this side this season. Gordon Obaja is a name that we are all familiar with in the MPFL. 2016 Golden Boot winner, 2024 MPFL champion, 2026 MPFL champion, joint top scorer, and 99 career goals in Nigerian football legend. There was a picture of him sleeping, on the bed with the trophy, and look at what he has done with them again this season. Talk to me about Gordon Obaja for Rangers International.
Yes, we said he didn't score enough goals, but for someone to give you 14 goals, that's very important, and most of those goals were key goals in game. He got the hat-trick at some point, so that's to show you how important he is to the side. And it was there the last time they won the league. Last season it didn't go too well for them, but this season around it went well. His goals led the charge for them, and they have the victory. So very important player for the team. Big goals for him, and I think for someone that has done what he's done in the MPFL, 99 career goals in the MPFL, very few players can lay claim to that. So that's to show you he's a very important player, and he's a good one. And to celebrate with the trophy, that's the iconic what everyone does now. Lewandowski did it, Ronaldo did it, Messi did it. So it's just normal for him to do it. It's fun, and that's what we want to see. We want to see the trend go on and on and on and on. So big one for Gordon Obaja, and he's a very important player to the squad. And we'll see if he still remains with the side next season or someone else snaps him up from there.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, still talking about the MPFL, and if you're watching us, you can also drop your comments. We're reviewing the MPFL this season. What were your high and lows for this season? Let me start off with you on that question, truly, because I saw a comment right there on X about some fans speaking about the MPFL this season. And I quote quickly, some Nigerians, corruption has eaten so deep in our minds that many of us now see fault in every good thing happening around us. Now, this person was saying when Rangers International FC of Enugu, flew to Lagos 2 days ago before Enugu Air, many people still complained saying it was just eye service, that it did not mean the league was progressing. Also, they said that when Enugu Rangers defeated Ikorodu City right in their own backyard, some people immediately, called it bribery and corruption, claiming Rangers bought the match. And this person is saying, if you have to think about it, how much exactly would Rangers of Ikorodu City, a team that needed a continental ticket, would actually, ask or collect money? How much are we talking about? Is it 500 million? I remember that, if if Ikorodu City gets a CAF Confederation slot for next season, just a preliminary round, they earn 135 million naira, and if they're to get to the group stage, you earn 500 million. So compare to how much Rangers International would pay. Now, hold on, Sanuruddin, you look at it and we are wondering. We know that there are so many loopholes in the MPFL, but it starts from us to celebrate the little that we have been able to see. Come on, you talk about the last game. I know we had so many fans fight even before the final game in Ikorodu City, but you talk about the referee situation. They're calm, collected, no issues. Why not just celebrate our own and let's pick out the pros and cons going forward for next season?
The season was topsy-turvy. We had several things to it. We complained several times about the officiating that went down in several grounds. We spoke about fan trouble, the way clubs were not able to curtail their fans from disrupting the proceedings of games, and a lot of things, yes, went the wrong way, but as well, a lot of things went the right way as well. This season, I think a record level amount of away wins in the league, something that is not popular before on the MPFL scene. So I think we are progressing. Teams are beginning to accept that, okay, if we are beating in our backyard on our home turf, we'll take it, and yes, that is an improvement. A lot of teams have employed air travel to preserve the health of their players and better, safer travel, and keep the players fresh for important games for them. That's another important one. And for fans saying Rangers bought the game, how much is the prize money for the MPFL that you have to
$1 million?
So how much do you want to offer?
How much do you want to offer?
A team that's looking to get continental tickets to go on to the continent. So those talks are, you understand from aggrieved fans and say, okay, yes, they bought it. Fans of Rivers can say that. Ikorodu City fans that are aggrieved, that don't understand or that don't recognize the level of commitment their players put into the game, can also say that. But that game was won fair and square, and yes, there were other questionable calls leading up to the final day of the season. We spoke about the Rangers penultimate game. The game before that as well, yes, there were questionable calls from the referees. I was mentioned that those were the low points for me from this season, but the high points, teams that they've improved on their welfare, and we've had less contract troubles. Yes, we had one or two players that have gone from their sides to look for better things elsewhere because their contracts and the club situations, that is there. But aside that, I think the MPFL has improved a bit, but there's still a lot of to do to put the league on the proper standing and do proper things. We need better sponsorship, we need TV rights, proper coverage of the leagues, and we need better knowledge for our officiating members, because that alone is one big problem. The way they interpret the rules of the game is very important in taking the league forward. So a lot of aggrieved fans will say a lot of things, but for fans that things went their way this season, congratulations to them, and we all have to put hands together to take the league forward. Criticize when we have to criticize, constructive criticisms, and celebrate them when they do things that they're supposed to do. A lot of things didn't go well, like I said again. Another thing is the trophy presentation, the way the whole scene was crowded and all. That's not it's supposed to be. We saw the way the NLL was coordinated. The NLL Super 4 went well. Kudos to the guys that were in the background that did that to make everything work right. But for the MPFL trophy lift, fans, officials just crowded the whole thing, and it took the shine away from the players that did the job for 38 weeks. So let's see what happens next season. We know a lot of points has been raised, and we hope the governing body took note of that and improve on what they've done well this season and correct the ones they've done bad. Okay,
beautiful. We hope that the governing body would put things in place for next season. Before we move on from the MPFL review, Remo Stars are relegated. I want to ask you quickly, I know we have said it throughout the season that these are the major issues that went wrong, but come on, it is what it is. Right now, Remo Stars are relegated. What should be happening for them next season?
They need to regroup. They need to go back to the drawing board. They know where they went wrong. The coach debacle took too long for them to settle. He lost a lot of key players in the summer transfer window and the winter transfer window. So they need to regroup and bring players of the highest quality that can represent the club. And I'm sure in no time they'll be back, because they're a proper run club. They have the stadium to bring in the fans, and they just need the help of everybody, the fans, the officials and the players, and they need to let a lot of big names go. because if you don't have the finances to keep those players in your state, you need
Mm.
to look for players that will be able to represent your team well, give you the proper commitment, and bring you back to the fore of the NPFL. They are not the first champion to go back to relegation. So I think they're the fifth or sixth NPFL side to do that. So it's not something new.
A learning curve.
It's the learning curve, and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
They've done well for past 3 seasons.
Agree.
They came close about 2 or 3 times before they eventually got their hands on the trophy, and now they are back in the NNL. They know what to do, get the right players, put the right man in charge of the side, and I think next season we'll see them back in the
We
NPFL.
should see them back. All right, quickly. Also, let me inform you that Kun Khalifa sat 6 points from safety as match day 32 and were favourites for relegation. Then came a remarkable turnaround, a 6-game unbeaten run, winning 5 of those matches, scoring 12 goals and conceding just 3. They finished the campaign in 12th place. Did you see Kun Khalifa escaping relegation?
I didn't see them. They're one of my favourites to actually go down. I knocked them out completely, and shockingly, if you check the log table for teams that won points most away from home, they sit fourth on the log.
They sit fourth on the log,
They got 16 points away from home, and that's to show you how pivotal away points were for them, and that's to show you what the club did together. But yes, for them, there were question marks about the way they did their things. Beginning of the season, they had financial trouble. Winter transfer rule. At some point, they even wrote that they were not playing the league again. So those things, yes, they were questionable, and I think the NPFL cut them some slack. Maybe because they were newcomers. Yes, and maybe because the NPFL has not actually witnessed that kind of thing before. A club writing in the middle of season saying they don't have the financial capacity to continue.
That would have affected the league totally.
Totally. But for me, if a club comes out and says they are not doing, I don't think they should be allowed back, and they should be fined heavily, maybe even to the 3rd tier of the league, so to prevent other clubs from doing that part. So for them, good one for them. At the end of the day, they were able to stay afloat, and let's see what happens next season. 12th on the log, not a bad season for them. Just they could have done better. They could have organized their team better, get better financial backings for themselves. So now they've successfully prosecuted the first season in the NPFL. Next season, we shouldn't hear troubles of financial capabilities or them not being able to fund their players or the proceeds of the team. So let's see what happens with them next season. They're one of the sets I'm looking forward to see what they have in stock for us.
All right, beautiful. Moving on quickly, my producer was just showing me the 2026-2027 NPFL season clubs who made it, and you look at. I just want to pick out just private-owned teams: Ranchers Bees. You have Sporting Lagos. You have Inter Lagos. You have Kun Khalifa. You look at Ikorodu City. So we have we have Barao FC. So these are, some private-owned clubs who are going to be playing in the NPFL next season. What does it mean for the NPFL next season? Also for them, quickly in 1 minute.
Yes, it's progress for the NPFL. That's what we want to see. We're clamoring for private partnerships in our leagues. Yes, we've understood that our clubs are state-backed clubs. Cannot run alone, we need investment, and it's done everywhere in the world. The Brazilian league is funded mostly by private equities. A lot of them have invested heavily in the fans that fill up the stadiums week in, week out. So if that's coming into the NPFL, that's a very good thing. And with the exposure of these clubs, with the backings these clubs have, the social media exposure they have, it's going to bring a whole lot of good to the NPFL. We've done things by government-run clubs a whole lot of times, and we see what private-run side did last season. Remo Stars, they won the league. Yes, they've gone down, but Ikorodu City have pushed for continental tickets twice, 2 seasons in a row. That should show you we need more encouragement from this side, and maybe when they break through, it would encourage other private investors to bring their money into the already government-backed clubs, and we'll see partnerships that will favor the league and give us a better organization coming next season.
All right, beautiful. Those are the reviews from the NPFL this season. We'll be giving you more update right there on the go, but we need to move quickly to give you an update coming through from the camp of the Super Eagles as they prepare ahead of the Unity Cup. They have a game against Zimbabwe today at the Valley Stadium right there in London. There you have the pictures of the players training, and I'm going to ask Nuruddin quickly. We have some players who already are in camp. The camp update: Junior Ayobami, Ali Amin Tijani, Michael Atata, Adelia Deremi, Opata Chibueze, Igbokwe Obina, Ochalu, Elias, we have Tosin, we have Philip Otele, we have Otto Okonkwo, Femi Aziz, Owen Oseni, we have Nnamdi Tochukwu, Tere Murphy, Francis Zor, Chukwu Buike, we have Rafi Durosimi, we have Aliazan Yusuf, and Ugo Ogbo. Those are the players in camp right there for the Unity Cup, defending that starting today right there against Zimbabwe.
Yes, it's exciting times for Super Eagles. They are yet to defend their title they won last time out last year, and with the crop of players Eric Chell and his technical team have selected for this competition, I think we'll be good to go. A mixture of talent, grit, and all has been put together. We see players from the MPFL making their debut, the likes of Ayobami Jr. and Tijani Lamin from Shooting Stars, Michael Etata from Ikorodu City. Yeah. So a host of players, and this is what you want to see. This is a chance for them to show the Super Eagles what they've been missing. Maybe they can add one or two things to the side going through the AFCON 2027 qualifiers, which is coming up later in the year. So it's a chance for them to show, and I hope to see a very good game from them today.
All right, beautiful. I want to ask you the scoreline. What do you think the scoreline would be, and what do you think Eric Shears will set up to start this game today? Since
the squad is not complete, but I still expect to see the likes of
Wilfred Ndidi is supposed to be in the squad.
Supposed to squad, but due to logistics and all, he's yet to join up with the side, and he's the captain of the Super Eagles, so I expect him to offer that leadership role in that team. And Uzo is there as well. We have Ayobami Jr., like I mentioned earlier, Tijani Lamin. These are players I'm looking forward to. A host of the MPFL contingents, I want to see what they can offer on the big stage. Yes, we've been clamoring for them for a while. I said, like Eric Chell and his coaching team, bring them into the fold. Now they've extended invitations to them. Let's see what they can do with their call-ups.
But do you think it needs to mix them with the experienced players too in the squad?
Yes, that's how it has to go, because the experienced sides or the experienced players are the ones that have done it before with the Super Eagles. They've played on the big stage before. You can't just bring in a whole new setup entirely to prosecute games. You have to mix it up together, give minutes to some players, see what they can do, how best you can utilize them, and you get your best team at the end of the day.
All right, beautiful. Your scoreline?
2-1 Nigeria.
2-1 Nigeria all the way. All right, come on. I know the World Cup is not for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but today we have a game to look forward to right there for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 7:30 is the kickoff time right there in London at the Valley Stadium. So make sure you're supporting them, make sure you're rooting for them, and also you can drop your predictions right there in the comment section ahead of the game today. It's going to be Nigeria against Zimbabwe defending the Unity Cup. All right, moving away from that, let's take more stories, and this is coming from the camp of Manchester City. There was so much excitement. Vincent Kompany came back. You look at Ederson also in that frame. Quality players who had done amazing things with Pep Guardiola were all there yesterday. And one question and one video really surprised me. That was from Bernardo Silva. I don't know if you saw the video where he was asking, who exactly were you talking to right there at the Emirates Stadium when there was nobody beside you? In my mind, I'm like, that's psychologically gone. It was just gone. That's how good Pep Guardiola can be most of the time. But you know the question, and he could not answer.
We've seen Pep in several controversial videos. We've seen him come to the press conference with markings on his ears. We've seen him talking to himself on the training ground doing this. We've seen different dramas from the touchline.
Philosophy, psychological.
He's done a lot of things. And
talking to himself a lot.
Talking to himself, and that's one of the things that you see from geniuses. Their brain is working overtime, and they just need to do something to just calm themselves down. Guardiola, exceptional manager.
He has a trophy to show for it.
He has the trophy. It's not a trophy.
So he has the trophy. So it's wanting to scratch your head and talk to yourself and have nothing to show
for it. You can name loads of managers that have that genius, but they couldn't get over the line. But Pep Guardiola, I think he's the best of his own generation. Has, I think, 40 trophies with Manchester City and Bayern Munich, Barcelona.
In total, beautiful.
That's beautiful. And for what he's done with Manchester City, he's put them at the top of English football consistently for the past 10 years. That's to show you how he's held his own. Yeah, he forfeited the Premier League, won 6 Premier League titles, won the Champions League, did the treble, got the FA Cup,
the
Carabao Cup, and I think no manager has gone to Wembley with their sides in this time frame more than Pep Guardiola with Manchester City. So that's to show you how grateful City fans are to him, and it was just nice to see them celebrating that way. But my own question mark is, if you wanted to celebrate Guardiola, why bring the likes of the head coach of Bayern Munich Vincent Company.
You know,
They could do that in the background,
in the
not
background, not-
with him
not in
celebrating,
holding
holding the
that.
trophies and all. But
it's celebration. So
it is
you
what
know,
it
you know,
is.
you know what is celebration? You can't question anybody.
We can't question
So their
anybody.
minds are all.
It's all
yeah,
in celebration.
So
and
maybe
it's
when they
just-
come back to ready, so did Vincent Company really come yet?
Grealish was there as well,
Yeah,
even though he
great.
didn't have a stellar
Yeah,
performance with
yeah,
Manchester City during this time. But a whole lot of players were there, and it's just exciting to see them celebrate a great man, a legend of the club, and good luck to Pep Guardiola in his future endeavors.
Okay, quickly we need to move, and the picture you saw on your screen is from Enzo Maresca already signed a 3-year deal at Manchester City. New manager agreed until June 2029, and the new chapter to start soon with Maresca fully involved in the transfer strategy. Here we go. 100% confirmed. Also, let me give you an update that Lionel Messi suffers from discomfort but no serious injury. Ahead of the World Cup, test confirmed. Messi is set to be available for Argentina. Okay, quick one. Let me bring to your knowledge in the camp of AC Milan that AC Milan have sacked all key figures at the club after missing UEFA Champions League qualification. Yes, Allegri. We have CEO Gianni Falani. We have director Aglitara, and also head of scouting Geoffrey Makanda. Those are the names who have left the job right there for AC Milan. And at a particular point, AC Milan were actually fighting for the Scudetto this season.
They didn't play in the Champions League this season. They didn't have any European journey to contend with, just the Serie A, and they were second for a very long while in the league, and all of a sudden everything just went south. And you understand from the Chinese consortium who currently run AC Milan, that's not the way to go. You need to, heads needs to roll.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
And nobody's
exempted from the wrath of
sometimes I wish that the players also can leave, but
yes,
I wish.
But you rather sacrifice the few for the lose, because the severance package you have to pay those players if you terminate their contract will be much more than what you would pay just 4 or 5 people that make up the technical crew and head of scouting department, the CEO and all. So they need to regroup, go back in next season. Yes, they qualified for the Europa League, not what they want, you understand. A lot of players would leave, a lot of players would join. Who is the next manager is going to be? That's a very big question, but I know it's not going to be out of the Italian road, because in Italy they seem to rotate. That's same. Gattuso has replaced Sarri at Lazio.
Yeah, I was about talking about that.
Sarri
has gone to Atalanta now. You know, it's that
same circle over and over again. So I know Allegri has coached Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan. So we'll see what happens. Who the next manager of AC Milan, and Conte is reportedly set to leave Napoli. Might be the one to take the covers at AC Milan. So it's just exciting times in the managerial scene right now. Not just the not just the player transfer window that's exciting this season. The managerial domino that's going up and about in several leagues is going to be an exciting one to look forward to as well.
All right, quickly, we'll be talking about tennis shortly as Nurudeen prepare that for us. But let me give you an update from the list of some players who are going to the World Cup from the Spanish side and also Colombia. Not so much of some news, but Dean Oitzin of Real Madrid did not make the list right there. There you have it: Una Simeon, David Raya, Jean Garcia, Cucurella, Grimaldo, Kubasi, Laporte, Pop Bill, Eric Garcia, Marcos Llorente, and Pedro Porro. For the midfield, we have Pedri, Gavi back, Fabian Ruiz, Mendy. We have Rodrigo and Alex Benoit also making that list, and the Arsenal man Merino doing that. Oyarzabal, Olmo, Nico, Jeremy Pino, Ferran Torres, Broja Iglesias, Victor Munoz, and Lamine Yamal. Those are the players making that. Let's check out the key players also making the list for Colombia. We have Luis Diaz. Thank you so much. We have Luis Diaz, David Ospina going to the World Cup, David Sanchez. You have Yeremy Mina also making that list. John Arias making the list. Ames Rodriguez is actually going to the World Cup right here. And these are the players making the list for Colombia. Quickly, Senor.
Yes, that's what we want to see from them. And for the Spanish national side, I'm surprised in all saying they make the elite at least. But Pedri, who was injured for past 3 months or so, make the squad surprisingly. But that's the decision of the Spanish health coach, Luis Fonte. We'll see what the team gives us in the World Cup.
Beautiful.
Yamal is set to miss the first 2 or 3 games as well. So it's just exciting. We'll see what happens, and I'm just excited for the World Cup.
Beautiful. All
For
right.
Colombia, the usual name,
The
usual
usual
suspects.
suspect,
James Rodriguez is described. This is going to be his last World Cup, and
yeah.
loads of players.
David Ospina also,
This World Cup
yeah.
actually is going to be lots of farewell for several players.
I agree.
You have to ship them on. This is their last chance to show what they have for their respective national sides, and the big names, Ronaldo, Messi, yes, Neymar, but still a lot of players are on the undercards that will grace the World Cup scene for the last time.
All right, beautiful. We'll be having a countdown of the World Cup starting from next week to give you all the updates for you to expect right here on Dominion Sports. And then quick, let's wrap up the show. What's the update in the world of tennis?
Jannik Sinner, after completing the Masters triumph last month, okay, this month, I'm sorry, I'm moving to the next one already.
Quickly.
It's going to return back to action at the Roland Garros today. He looked shaky in the last two games at the Masters Open, but let's see what happens with him now. He's going to play by 7:15 today. Medvedev is playing at the moment, but he's losing on the third set. 3 sets to love right now. Let's see if he can come back from that. Serendulu is going to play as well. David Ultima is going to play against August Alsina. David Shapovalov is going to play against Faria, and Luciano Daderi, the finalist who played against Jannik Sinner when he completed his champion, is also going to play as well. And on the women's scene, world number one, Sabalenka is going to play as well. Rybakina won her match yesterday and on to the next round. Iga Swiatek as well. She also got a victory in a match, 3 sets. That's what you want to see. And a lot of them are complaining. Yesterday I talked about the weather not being an issue, but now the weather is changing and heat is becoming the talk of the town. And they are imploring fans who are at the stadium to keep themselves hydrated, cover yourselves up, and it's difficult for people that are seated on one position to be hit by a direct ray of sunlight or eat consistently, and I think most of them are not used to that. So that's what is happening right now in Paris, in Roland Garros, and I'm looking forward to Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to clash with Roland Garros in 2 weeks' time.
All right, we'll be here to give you all the update in the world of Formula One and the world of tennis. Closing up the show is the world of basketball. The Monday final score as the New York Knicks win their 11th straight game to secure the second consecutive 4-0 victory series and advance to the NBA Finals for the first time in 27 years. Karl Anthony Towns, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 3 3-pointers. OG Anunoby, 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. Landry Shamet, 16 points, 4 3-pointers, and Michael Bridge, 14 points and 5 assists. Big ups to the New York Knicks. They'll be waiting for the game between the OKC Thunders and all the San Antonio Spurs. We'll be looking forward to that one. Quickly, you want to say something?
No, I'm just excited. The NBA is coming to the business, and Knicks have qualified for the final of the NBA Fair Finals, and OKC Thunders and the Celtics, they need to settle the match. And I think when Bayama has something in the back for me in Game 5, they'll play today. I'm looking forward to that matchup, and it's Game 5. Is he going to go 3-2? Who's going to go 3-2? It's tied 2-2 right now. Who is going to go 3-2 and has the chance to get one more match to go into the final? It's exciting times, and I'm looking forward. Football is getting to the... Okay, football has ended. Looking forward to the Champions League. World Cup is around the horizon. The transfer window is buzzing. A lot of teams are trying to get 1 or 2 things to do themselves. So if it's basketball, that's going to do it for me for now. I have to enjoy it in sports.
All right, if it's basketball waiting for you for now, you can drop that in the comment section. It's manager shakeups right now, but this is where we draw the curtain on today's show right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. But before I go, I want to urge you to please make sure you share, make sure you like, and make sure you comment. Drop your comment right there. The Super Eagles have a game today at the Valley Stadium in London against Zimbabwe at 7:30 is the time. You can stand a chance to win something. Yeah, definitely. Super Eagles winning 3-1. 3-1, yeah, 3-1. And I hope to see Shooting Stars players actually playing that game tonight in London. All right, well, this is where we draw the curtain. I will say bye and stay blessed.